Hi, it's Joe Remax coming to you from my office in Bangkok. Last week I was on a family vacation at the beach. I did some videos. They didn't turn out at all, so maybe I'll show you some footage that I caught there during this video. The topic that came to mind then was if you're trying to decide where you want to buy a home, especially if it's for investment, would it be better to go with a holiday location like this, or on an island, or would it be better to buy something in the city? Should I buy in the city? Should I buy a holiday property? And my answer to that is really, it depends. So what I want to do today is walk through a few of the options, the pros and cons of each option, and then you can see how that fits with what you're looking for. It really boils down to your priorities. Let's kind of take a look and compare one to the other. What are the trade-offs? What are the benefits of each one? So let's take a look at pros to start with. When I look at a holiday property, it's probably the most obvious is you're talking about a beautiful place, tropical paradise, laid-back lifestyle, beach lifestyle. When it comes to generating income, you're hoping for holiday rentals income, possibly, and you hope that it will go up in value. Compare that to the city then, what you're going to get is a cosmopolitan lifestyle, a lot more variety in your life. The city life, if you like the hustle and bustle, you'll have more facilities, easier access to things like hospitals, government services, schools, if you have a family. When it comes to generating income off your property, you're looking more probably towards a one-year lease versus kind of like a Airbnb if you're in a holiday destination. You have a different kind of tenant. So in the city, you're more stable, you have a more long-term lease possibilities, where in the holiday destination, you're looking more about, maybe a little bit higher rate and more sporadic. As far as appreciation potential, the city is pretty well guaranteed that your property will appreciate, and it's an established market, it's a well-known market, it will go up for sure. Let's look at some cons. In a holiday destination, sometimes you're remote or removed. You want to look at that. Is the security okay? If you're looking at something a little bit more remote, you have to deal with getting to that location. In the city, I guess I would weigh that off hustle and bustle. The city's always moving, and for some people, that's not what they want. So you might think about that. In holiday destination, depending where you pick, you may not have the cosmopolitan dimensions that we talked about in the city. Maybe limited kind of restaurants, limited theater, that type of thing. So if you're cool with that, that's fine. And some holiday destinations, like well-known ones like Phuket, for example, have a lot to offer. So I wouldn't dismiss it and say they have nothing. All I can say is in the big city, they have everything. When it comes to the rentals, we talked about that your income will be a little bit sporadic. And also I've seen kind of a boom and bust effect in holiday destinations. And I think that's because people come, they fall in love with the place. They buy a condo thinking that they're going to get rent, that it's going to go up. And what I see happen in holiday destinations is a condo gets built, it's very successful. What happens is someone builds one right beside it. And because there's so much land, you have this effect of when the prices reach a certain level, someone will build a new building and capitalize on that. So you don't get this high pressure on the price or value of your unit. Someone will be building beside it. I would say that's also a con. What used to be a pristine beach turns into an overcrowded beach. The city we know is already overcrowded, so we know what we're getting. So this is not to say it's bad, it's to say it's to consider when you're looking at a holiday destination. When we talk about rental potential between the two places, a con for this holiday rentals, everybody talks to me about Airbnb. And the issue is that it's against the law. I talked to my lawyer, he says it's not against the law. You talk to other people, there've been court cases against doing this. So certainly it is fair to say that holiday rentals are questionable. If that's really important to you, that you've been getting this rent and that you're able to get this rent, you need to be a little careful. In the city, what you get for rentals are not holiday rentals mostly. They're going to be people who are assigned or working in the city, and they tend to lease by year. So the city leases tend to be more stable and long-term, and you don't have this check-in, check-out, check for damages. It's an easier rental. We have many tenants that stay 1 year to 3 years. So weigh that off. I think my personal feeling is that leasing, long-term renting, is just a lot easier than the short-term renting and a lot more realizable if you have the right product. So those are my thoughts. Let me wrap it up. So I would choose a city if I want a secure market value, that I'm less speculative. It will go up. Fast or slow, it will go up. If I want a more secure rental income, if I want the convenience of the city, and if resale is my goal, units resell better in the city, just there's a higher demand, fewer units, it's going to sell a little bit easier than a holiday destination, especially if that holiday destination is in rapid expansion. I would choose a holiday destination. I'm a little bit less worried about depreciation. I want to stay there. That's a big reason that I want to have my retirement home, my getaway home. Sure, go for it. What I would warn against is speculative rent income, thinking I'm going to do it in an Airbnb model. That the law is not on your side, that there is the potential that you cannot realize that type of rental. And then the law after daily rentals goes to say it's legal to do monthly rentals. So you could do month by month by month, but you're not going to get so much of that holiday rental. And right now in COVID, borders are closed. These places are just not being used. Hotels are closed. It's just not happening. So you have to be willing to accept that. And if you're willing to accept that, that's fine. Things will pick up. Thailand's always going to have a beautiful place. Eventually the tourists will return, but you're going to be in competition with the hotels. I would say that holiday, because you could be a little bit removed or in a smaller city, that you want to say, okay, I don't care so much for theater and fine dining every night and museums, then that's a good choice to go towards that. If those things are very important to you, you may say the city, the cosmopolitan is something. And if resale is your goal, I have trouble recommending holiday destinations in that there's lower turnover, in that there's a growing supply outpacing the demand in certain areas. And then, now you have to get into very micro parts like Pattaya versus Phuket versus Samui. Samui is a very interesting market, by the way. I would recommend Samui over Pattaya any day. Anyway, if you don't know these places, it doesn't matter. The point being that picking the right place, whether it's in the city or a holiday destination, it's important that place matches your goals. Anyway, I thought I'd share those ideas because I just returned from the beach and it was a wonderful time. And thanks for sticking through with me on this video. Signing out, and I hope to see you all next week. Thank you very much.